Hello, everyone. I hope you are all doing well and you are getting acquainted with our course and finding your way around Canvas. Okay. So this is week 2 of our 8-week class. So today is Monday, March 25th. And again, this is the start of week 2. So we'll jump right in. Just a reminder that each week you'll have assignments due by Friday and then Monday. Please make sure you are reading carefully through the page and especially this note here, doing the assignments in the order that they are listed. Because it's often important for you to have read something, for example, before you watch the lecture and do both of those things before you participate in the discussion. So just kind of work your way down the list. Unless it is, like an extra credit opportunity or something, then in that case, you can do those out of order. But generally, you're going to want to work from one to the last. Okay, so this week, by Friday, March 29th, you need to read this introduction on Plato. So here we have a painting, Italian Renaissance painting of Socrates and Plato in the School of Athens. You can read a little bit about that. There is an introduction to Plato, who he was, what the significance is, and then a little introduction to what is the allegory of the cave, one of his best known works. That is what you will be reading. And then it's also important that you understand what an allegory is. Sometimes people are a little bit confused when they read this work if they do not know or understand that it is an allegory and not supposed to be depicting literal happenings. Okay, there is an image here, which is just, it will make sense once you start reading. This is just to help you visualize what is being described in the text. You can download this document here. It's in a PDF. You can print this out and annotate it and then scan your annotations and upload them to this assignment. You can take notes on this. You can annotate electronically, whatever sounds best to you. So this Plato's works are all in the form of dialogues. So where Socrates, you'll see Socrates as the main speaker, and then he is speaking to a student. In this case, it's Glaucon. So you'll see it's like a dialogue going back and forth. The bold words are just kind of orienting you to what is going on, or maybe some information that will help you understand what is happening here. So you're going to read. There's a few short pages. It shouldn't take you too long to read, and you're going to take notes and annotate or take notes for this, and then submit those annotations or notes. So that's the first step of what you need to do this week. If we go back to the week 2 page, the next thing that you'll need to do is to watch this lecture video. Please ignore this part 2 phrase. It says somewhere Plato part 2. So at the beginning, I think just ignore that. It's the only one, the only part that you need to watch. So watch this. There's a little video that I play in here. And then there are some videos here that are, one of them, I believe it's this one, is played or linked in the lecture. A couple other ones that are just relevant to what I've discussed here and the text as a whole. And then you are going to participate in the discussion. So you're going to first make sure you've read and watched the lecture video. You're going to answer the questions here. And then that's due by Friday, March 29th, your answers to the questions. And then you need to reply to 2 classmates by Monday. Okay. So those 3 assignments are all linked together. The next thing that you'll need to do is to read the source evaluation assignment page. And just so that you can get an idea of what this assignment entails and start to prepare yourself for it. So there's the prompt here, specific directions and questions that you should be answering in your writing, and the works cited page, what you need to do about that. And then there is a video that I recorded, although the assignment in this video is, I have changed the format, so it looks a little different in the video, but it is essentially the same assignment. In this video, there are not the questions here. I decided to put them in question form and number them because I think that it makes it more clear and easy to understand. But the assignment is basically the same, so the information in this video is still all correct. There is also a student example here linked, so you can open that up and take a look at what a final product of this assignment looks like. This is worth 100 points towards your essays and writing assignments grade. Okay. All right, next you'll need to read this page here called the thesis. Hopefully you are familiar with a thesis statement, but I think it's always good to have a refresher, especially if it's been a while since you've taken English 1A or been in an English class. This is just going to give you some important points about what a thesis is, what it should look like, where you should put it. And for your topic proposals, you'll have a working thesis, which is basically like a rough draft of your thesis. So here I'm giving you some examples of, a potential working thesis and then what a revised thesis might look like. How would we make this thesis statement better, more clear, less vague, more specific? So kind of tightening it up. These are examples specifically for claim of fact essays. This is an example for a claim of value, and this is for claim of policy. So again, those will be the three major essays that you're writing in this class. So just how you can see what a thesis statement might look for these different types of essays. There are also some links here. Actually, I think I need to edit this. Yes, I do. So I actually created an additional or a revised version of this page because some of these articles, when I was clicking on them, were incorrect. They were no longer linked. So I will make sure that I update this page. Make a note about that. Okay, but you're going to need to read it nonetheless. Oh, sorry, wrong page. Okay, so you'll read the thesis page. And then you will be posting in the claim of fact thesis workshop, okay? So this past week, you should have done your topic proposal for your claim of fact. And as I just mentioned, read the thesis page. Let's see if this one links to the updated. Yes, it does. Okay. So there are some updated, I'll make sure I change it on the actual weekly page, but there are some updated articles you can read if you want more information about thesis statements. Also, there will be, let's see. Oh, there are 2 articles from the, sorry, let me rewind. These extra articles down here, these 2, you can just read, or you can submit annotations and notes for and get extra credit, couple points. Usually like 1 point per article, depending on how long it is and how much notes you take or annotations you take. These 4 articles are also about the thesis statement, but these will be included in the Module 7 readings, which we will be doing in a couple weeks. So if you'd like to read these now, and you could take annotations or notes for them and just kind of set them aside, save them somewhere so that you'll have a little bit of a head start on those Module 7 readings, you can totally do that too. So anyways, these are just extra resources for you if you feel like you need more about the thesis statement. Okay, back to this. So remember that your essay is a claim of fact about a conspiracy theory. You can review the claim effect page, the essay one assignment page if you need to. So step one is making sure you've done all that. Step two, you're going to post your working thesis and a link to one source before midnight. Oh, sorry, dates are wrong here. Obviously, we are not in September, so it will be Friday, March 29th. You need to, yes, post your working thesis. So this is an example of what a post might look like, working thesis statement, and then a link to your source, one source only. Then by Monday, April 1st, you're going to respond to 2 classmates by midnight. So these are some things that you can consider in your responses to classmates. The goal here is really to provide helpful feedback to your classmate. So think about the type of information you would like to receive and attempt to give that to someone else. Okay. So Friday, March 29th, we've gotten through all of those things. Now, so essentially there are 2 discussions going on this week. There is your discussion on the reading, which is the Plato allegory of the cave discussion. And then we have the thesis workshop discussion. So your posts in both of those will be due by Friday. Your replies in both of those will be due by Monday. We also have a module reading. So module 5, there are a total of 13 articles, but again, these introductory ones, I'm not necessarily expecting notes for. Oftentimes the information is repeated or, it's just like a short little introduction. So this is worth 10 points. You can upload here annotations or notes for those. And then you should be this week working on researching your claim of fact topic. For the thesis workshop, you're going to need to have a source. So you should be starting some research even before Monday, trying to find reliable sources. You should also be looking in the library databases, the Chaffey College library databases for relevant sources, and then you need to be assessing any internet sources for credibility and reliability. That is part of this source evaluation assignment, but it should be something that you're starting to think about, right? Is this a blog by Joe Schmo, or is this, a legitimate website from a university or a government entity or, a well-known publication? Those would be more reliable, credible sources than, a random blog website. So keep those things in mind. There is also an optional assignment for extra credit. If you would like to complete it, you can do an outline for your claim of fact essay. I don't require outlines because not everyone, I personally I just like to start writing and then I go back and I organize and figure out what the best structure is. But some people are like me, so you want to just start writing. Other people like to have it all laid out and complete an outline first. So I make this an optional assignment, and you can do this for extra credit, or you can just move right into your rough draft, which we will be doing next week. The week 3 page will be published shortly. Let me take a look here, though, with you on our syllabus at what we have going on next week. So week 3, your source evaluation essay will be due. We'll be reading from module 2, and you will have an MLA format to review. Annotations and notes, that's what A/N stands for, will be due, and then your source evaluation essay will be due. So this research your claim of fact topic, right? Those finding credible, legitimate sources, you're going to need to use one of those sources for your source evaluation assignment. You are essentially going to be looking at one of the sources you found and, diving deep into, can we trust this source? Is it useful to my essay? Who's the author? What sort of credentials do they have? Where is this posted, right? What website? What about them? What can I find out? You're kind of really digging deep into what is your source and why should you trust it? Okay. So that's next Friday, April 5th, and then the following Monday, April 8th, you will have more module readings, annotations and notes due, and then your rough draft for your claim of fact essay. So the source, sorry, I call this an assignment now because people got confused between the claim of fact essay and the source evaluation essay. So now it's just source evaluation assignment. The source that you are writing about here is a source that you will be using for your claim of fact essay. Okay, so this assignment is meant to help you build on your claim of fact essay. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can send me a message here through the Canvas inbox. You can email me. I am also available if you would like to set up a Zoom meeting with me. You can set up a one-on-one meeting. The Success Center is available to you. There are tutors there who can help you. The library, if you need help finding sources or if you need help with MLA format, all of those things. Okay, I think that's it for this week, and I hope you guys have a great one. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or comments or concerns, not necessarily a comment. Of course, you can give me a comment too. But otherwise, that's it, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.